now there, and I want to show you just a few tricks on how to use a spreadsheet, and just start learning about some exponents and so forth. So I really want you to get onto that rice stuff on the assignment. I think that's going to be super useful for you. But first I want to give you a demonstration. So if you can follow along on your copy of the spreadsheet, and then maybe even extend what we're doing a bit. So here, how to generate a Fibonacci sequence on here. It's not so much about what the Fibonacci sequence is. Basically, Fibonacci is just every term is the sum of the previous two, and you normally start with 1 and 1. So if you can type that into those cells, I don't know if this is the first time using a spreadsheet. This might be new to you. If it's not, cool, maybe put me on high speed or something, right? So here, we're going to go, or skip a bit. All right, so we got click. So I've put equals to put in that it's formula, and then I've said in my formula I want to take the one that I've clicked on, and to that I'm going to add the other one. Now, if I had to type every formula out, that would be a real pain, but what's really cool is I can actually just pull that down and it will automatically do it. Now I can go off the page until some cool stuff happens. Ooh, okay. I'm going to actually stop just there. Now the golden ratio can be worked out using the Fibonacci sequence, and again, this isn't actually what I'm trying to teach you. It is kind of cool that it comes out to be a particular number, but here we go. I want to just show you how to put in a different type of formula. So here I'm going to go one number divided by another. So this one divided by this one, and surprise surprise, 1 divided by 1 is 1. Now it's already suggested autofill. Now what I did before was I clicked on that square and I filled it down. At the moment I could have just clicked tick and it would have done it for me, but I just wanted to show you. No, doesn't seem to want to work. Right. Okay, cool. So oh, look at that. It slowly starts off at 1, then it goes up to 2, then 2, and it's zooming in on a particular value. So I'm going to show you another example here, because it just gives me more chance to show you formulas. I'll show you something quite interesting with reciprocals. So odd numbers, that's 1, then I skipped 1, 3, 5, right. So what formula could I put here? Okay, I'm not going to give you long to think. I'm just going to say I'm going to take the previous one and I'm going to add 2 each time, and that's going to give me the next odd number. Yep. Let's just fill that down a little ways. Okay, yep, that's working. Always check to see if your formula works. Now, reciprocal is the fraction turned upside down. Now, in the case of whole numbers, it turns into 1 over whatever that number is. So the reciprocal of 3 is 1 over 3. Reciprocal of 5 is 1 over 5. If it's any other fraction, you turn it upside down, the top becomes the bottom becomes the top, so 2/5 becomes 5 over 2, which isn't a proper fraction, but it's still a fraction, right? So there's 2 ways I could do this formula, and I want to show you them both. One is obviously to go 1 over that number, and that will work even for fractions, by the way. Even though I've explained it as being turned upside down, you can type it in like that. Now what I want you to notice is that I can go 1, oh, what am I doing? No, I want to go that number to the power of -1. And we'll spend some time talking about why that works. Now notice, if I replace the formulas, nothing changes. So those are indeed giving us exactly the same results. If I say 1 divided by that number, or that number to the power of -1. Okay, this is a really important thing that we'll be doing. I want you to think about the why. If you can explain it, put it in your assignment. If not, then we will talk about it. You could even ask me. Right. So what I'm going to do here, I want to just copy this first number across, and then I'm going to do a pattern of adding the number beside, oh no, subtracting the number beside, then adding the number beside. So I should really change that to subtract, add, shouldn't I? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go 1 minus this, and then my next formula is going to be this number plus that number. Now I'm doing it this way because this whole thing takes me towards a particular number that I want you to discover for yourself. So what did I say? I subtracted, then I added. So this must be a subtract 2, right? Minus there, then an add that plus. Oh, I'm getting sick of typing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight 2 squares to show that I'm carrying on the pattern of one then the other, and I'm going to go like this. Pull down, pull down, pull down. I'm sure some of you go way further than I do. Okay, yeah, well, it certainly looks like it's heading towards a number. Now, the secret is, this is the secret sauce, I want to take this number and I want to times it. Oh, by the way, slash for divide, asterisk for times, autofill. Okay, you're going to have to go a fair way down to get to the number. You can always extend these columns later on. Cool thing about spreadsheets, if you go back and you change a number, then all the ones that refer to it will also change. So I want you to play with that. Then I want you to get onto the rise, see if you can do that as well. Thank you for coming, and please email me with any questions. Goodbye.